Good afternoon, everyone. Hello and welcome to Angels Speak. And yes, indeed, the angels do speak. Every night I sit with them. I ask them for their message to the world, what they want us to know, and how we can best maneuver through this thing called life. And with their guidance, it makes it a little easier. Sometimes we have more understanding. Sometimes we have more questions. When their messages come through, we never know until we feel the energy of it in our hearts. Deirdre, Andrea, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Kathleen. Auntie Jean Loriot, hello to you. All right, let's get started with that wonderful message that they gave yesterday. And boy, I was not prepared, I don't think, for that particular lesson, but let's get to it. It is called The Wisdom of the Ancient Ones. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Lao Tzu. I am a big fan of learning as much as I can in life, learning from each other and from our ancestors. Lao Tzu gave us the Tao Te Ching, upon which a whole philosophy of thought called Taoism is based. His name is not a given name, but it is a term meaning old man or old master. We have access to the teachings of many old ones who were so immersed in spirit and came here to guide us with their words and their gentle ways. Lao Tzu did not try to beat us over the head with his teachings, but instead he urged us to recognize the natural, universal force known as the Tao, which flows without effort and goes where it will without striving and effects change and growth. He taught that we should emulate the Tao and encourage in non-action or not forcing an effect or outcome, but rather to let it be. Our human-made laws cannot make us virtuous, and they cannot contribute to good behavior, inner peace, or empathy with others because they are not in tune with nature. It is only by recognizing the Tao and one's connection to it and all things that we may achieve these goals. As a seeker of universal peace, this teaching resonates with me and touches a place deep inside which honors this master's philosophy along with the many masters who have walked among us. Dear angels, we are so blessed to have the writings of wise masters who have come to this earth to guide us in ways that show us the way to a peaceful existence. Many times we forget that the answers are so simple, and we try to complicate things and complicate the teachings. Please help us to understand these wonderful messages and immerse ourselves in the teaching of being in flow. Dear ones, indeed, you are all teachers, and at the same time, you are also trying to figure out the mysteries of life. Learn from one another, and especially those who came before you who put forth much effort to bring light to the darkness. Remember that those whom you call masters are also students who learned from those who came before them and whose mission on earth was to complete their spiritual enlightenment. The conclusion, which is the great teaching of all the masters, is that there is a natural flow of energy, and this is the way to achieve enlightenment. Dear ones, can you open your minds to accept that you do not have to complicate this teaching? It is as simple as allowing the breath you take to flow into your lungs, allowing the river to run in its natural direction, allowing the seasons to bring change and the moon to affect the waves of the ocean. There is a divine order to things on the earth plane, yet you still at times refuse to see it as uncomplicated, thinking there has to be something you are not understanding, another piece of the puzzle. We encourage you, dear ones, to stop overthinking and allow the simplicity of life to bring you to a state of peace. This is the great mystery that many masters, both ancient and those walking among you now, have come to teach. In getting into the natural flow and becoming non-resistant, you will have more ease and grace in your life and thus achieve what you are seeking, which is peace. You are here to become masters, adding your light to illuminate the path for those walking with you and those who will come after you. Go with the flow and keep it simple. Love is not complicated, as you sometimes make it out to be. It only seeks to give, and it is not selective in who it chooses to bless. We encourage each of you to allow the spark inside of you to do the same, unconditionally and without agenda. Simply love and let it flow wherever it goes and to whomever it reaches. Thank you, angels. Today, I promise to stay focused on the simplicity of being and to get in the flow of unconditional love. Ooh, that was a mouthful. that was such a beautiful teaching, but also one that I feel there might be a little resistance to this teaching, that we are all here to be masters. How many of you, if you would love to type in to the comments, how many of you see yourself as a master or have the potential to be a master? Let me just ask that question, because this was really a very specific teaching from our divine guidance, that this is our purpose. We came here for such a time as this, to be the master, to be the one that years down the road, eons down the road, there will be teachings that come forth from our lives. Maybe it was the way we lived our life. Maybe it was the things that we did while we were here. Or maybe we brought through those messages for others to hear and to have more understanding about. So if you don't see that in yourself, if you don't see yourself as a master, go back and reread this message. I encourage you to do that, to see how it resonates inside of you once you break down those barriers, once you say to yourself, I have this potential inside of me. If I open up to who I truly am, the divine me walking around on this earth plane, I have the potential to be a master. I have the potential to affect change. I have the potential to teach. So let's see who came in. Isabel, hello. Kathleen Caputo, Rosina Hodges, hello to you. Glendy Alvarado, hola. And Glendy, the writing is in Spanish in the description of this program, so you can see what the question was that was brought forth and what these beautiful masters and angels have to say to us. And Jean Lorio says, it just wants me to sing the song, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. We are the ones who complicate things. Love, light, and life is so sweet and gentle and beautiful. It is. Thank you, Jean. Kathleen, I believe we are the master already. We are just in the process of remembering. You know, Kathleen, so many times these angels say that to me when I bring them a question or I'm going through one of the struggles, one of the fires of life. And I ask them the question as I get more clarity and get more understanding. I say, how is it possible that I can just know this stuff? And they say, because you have done this so many times. That's the master in us. We have walked this walk. We have talked this talk. We have learned so many lessons as we come here for our soul's growth and come here knowing where we came from. We are a spark of the divine. We have that God spark inside of all of us. And that's how we're able to connect in with our breath, with our prayers, with our intention to be the master, to be the one that came here to show up in this world, to suit up and show up and to let it be, let it flow, and to show how easy it is to really go into the growth and the understanding. We always try to complicate it, and that's when we run into all the struggle. That's when we hit the brick wall, is when we try to complicate it. There is no brick wall, dear ones. This is what the angels tell us. There is no brick wall. That's all there in our illusion. We have a clear path. We have the way to just walk forward in ease and grace, in love and light. Let's just do that. Let's go forward. I'll read that last sentence again that they gave us. We encourage each of you to allow the spark inside of you to do the same, unconditionally and without agenda. Simply love and let it flow wherever it goes and to whomever it reaches. Kathleen says, sometimes I feel a huge power, God, within me, but there are times the humanness gets in the way of that remembering. That is so true. When we get out of our heart and we start overthinking, that was part of the message today. When we start doing the overthinking, the overanalyzing, thinking that there's more to this puzzle than what we have in front of us, we're missing a piece, we don't have everything that we need, that's when we start hitting the brick wall. It's our human brain that puts up those barriers because we try to make it more than what it is. It's simple. And they always say to us, keep it simple, sweetie. Just don't try to make something that's not there, because they don't complicate it. When they bring us a message like what they gave us today, you can see how simple that is. You can see their words that just want us to relax and enjoy this thing called life. They want us to laugh more. They want us to love more and to receive that love from each other. As we have no agenda of pouring out love out of our heart, the thing that happens is called the law of attraction. And as it goes out into other hearts and into the universe, it comes right back to us. We get what we give. And if we're giving unconditional love, that's what we will receive back. That's the way it works. And if you don't believe it, try it. Just give it a try. Give it a whirl. Just send out love from your heart. And don't think about where it's going. Don't think about what it's doing or what you might receive back. You know, we're like that kid in a candy store sometimes. We're like, I'm going to give you something, but I want to get something back. Just forget that thought. Just send it out without anything expected in return. And watch the blessing that will show up for you. Watch the miracle that will happen. Hello, Mansi. Thank you, dear one, for being here. Always such a pleasure to have our Mansarai in the house. And Yvonne Shelton, hello, and thank you for being here. So I just would like to have an answer to the question that I posed. I know that Kathleen answered. Is there anyone else who wants to say your yes, I am a master, or yes, I have the potential in me to be a master? And you are. So if you believe, if you think that you are a master, just put it in the yes. Put yes in the comments. If you are not at that place of saying your yes, say that. I'm not at that place of believing it yet, because it's all a process. We learn while we're here. We're always learning. We're always growing, always seeking the answer to the things that we have questions for. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. Yes, there's potential. Absolutely. And Kathy, hello, Kathy Hand. Oh, it's been a beautiful discussion, Kathy. I hope that you will listen to the replay. So the question that's put out there before we get off of the air is, do you believe you are a master walking in this human body? Or maybe you're not quite there yet, and you believe there's potential, but you're not quite sure how to open up to that. Oh, we'll give Bonnie our love, Kathy. Thank you for being here. Lynn Marie, thank you for coming in. Jean Lorio, yes, I am a master and a healer. Oh, I love that, Jean Lorio. I love that. And Kathy, you're not there yet. Kathy, I hope you will read the blog and see that that's our purpose. That's what we're here for. We are here to be the master, to be the teacher, and let that energy flow. Lynn Marie, not yet. Okay. Open up to the possibility, open up to potential, and just allow the energy, like we've been taught, like we say every day, accept, align, allow. Andrea, I'm not at that place of belief yet. I think there is potential. I love that you are so honest, all of you. Thank you for being honest. And this is something that we're a work in progress. So if you're there, if you're not there, it's okay. It's okay. As long as you are open to the possibility, as long as you can say, I believe what the masters teach us and what the angels open up for us. I believe what God has promised. That's all. That's it. It is so simple. It is not complicated at all. And Kathy, you did read it and you believe it's possible. It certainly is. Oh, thank you for your compliment, Kathy. Okay, well, thank you all for being on with me today. Thank you for your interaction. And all of the blogs are at angelspeakers.com. You can go to the blogs section on that website, and you can find all of my blogs. I think there's close to 300 blogs on there now. And the angels told me at the beginning of the year that they were going to bring a message every day, and they have not disappointed. Every day I sit with them and I ask what it is that they want us to know, and to please make it clear so that I can bring the message to everyone. And they do. They bring it in. They show up. I show up and they show up, and it's magic that happens. And this is the magic moment every day at 4:44 when the message is read, and then you all have the opportunity to respond and to see if there's a question or a comment that you have about it. Oh, you're so welcome, Deirdre. Kamal, thank you for being here. Okay, well, I'm going to get off of here and let all of this soak in. And if you are one of those that's not quite there in accepting that you are a master, please, I encourage you, read the words over again. Sometimes when we read something, we miss the whole point of it, or we miss the deeper meaning. But if we read through it again, it starts to make sense. And this is what I have found. Sometimes I read through those answers that the angels give, and it's just so heartwarming to really see that they are guiding with every word. Every word is infused with their energy. Every word is to lead us to a place where we can look deeper inside of ourselves. Rashmi, thank you for being here. Yes, if you have a question about the angel message, the blog that was just read, I happily take questions about any of the things that I do while I'm here. I'm a conduit for the angel messages, and I love bringing it forth. So what is your question, dear one? And I want to just thank you, all of you, for your support. Thank you for loving me and for wanting to know what the angels have to say to us. Rashmi, I give the angel message for all of the collective on this particular program. I have an angel circle coming up in 2 days, and that will be on a Zoom broadcast. You have to register for that at angelspeakers.com. And then you can ask for an angel message for you personally. Thank you all for being here. I love you so much. Namaste, y'all. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.